It was a crisp October evening when Sarah and her best friend, Emily, decided to take a shortcut through the infamous Hollow Woods. They were coming back from a small gathering at Jessica's place. The woods had always been a source of local legends. People spoke of strange noises and the mysterious disappearance of pets over the years. But it was the quickest route home, and they didn't think much of it. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting eerie shadows between the trees, a sudden chill crept into the air. Sarah pulled her jacket closer, glancing at Emily. "I don't know why, but I have this weird feeling," she muttered. Emily laughed it off. "You're just spooked because of those silly stories. Hollow Woods is just a regular forest, nothing more." Just then, there was a low growl, distant but unmistakable. Sarah stopped in her tracks, her heart skipping a beat. "Did you hear that?" Emily frowned, turning her head toward the sound. "It's probably just a stray dog. Come on, let's keep moving." But the growling grew louder. It wasn't just a dog, it sounded bigger, more menacing. The two girls exchanged a nervous glance but pressed on, walking a bit faster. Every crack of a branch and rustle of leaves seemed amplified in the stillness of the woods. Then, without warning, the growl turned into a savage bark, followed by the sound of heavy paws hitting the ground. They both froze. The barking was getting closer, and whatever it was big. "We need to run," Sarah whispered, her voice shaking. They bolted through the trees, their feet crunching on the dried leaves, adrenaline pumping through their veins. Behind them, the beast's snarls echoed, louder and more ferocious. Sarah dared a glance over her shoulder, and her blood ran cold. There, emerging from the shadows, was a massive, black dog. Its eyes glowed unnaturally bright, reflecting the faint moonlight. "Faster!" Emily screamed, her voice breaking with fear. They zigzagged through the trees, trying to lose the creature, but it was relentless, closing the distance with terrifying speed. Sarah's heart pounded as she spotted an old, abandoned cabin up ahead. "There!" she yelled, pointing toward it. They stumbled inside, slamming the rickety door shut behind them. The cabin was dark and musty, with a faint smell of rotting wood. Emily pressed her ear against the door, listening. Silence. The growling had stopped. For a brief moment, they allowed themselves to breathe, but then the door shook violently, as if something massive had thrown itself against it. The girls screamed, backing away. The barking started again, but this time, it sounded more human. Low, guttural words intermingled with the growls. "Even a tide." Sarah's hands trembled as she backed into a corner, her mind racing. The dog wasn't just an animal, it was something much worse. Something not of this world. Suddenly, the window shattered, and the beast's dark form loomed outside. Its glowing eyes locked onto Sarah's, filled with an unnatural hunger.